Where you're tuxedo, when I talk you out.
No, I'm wearing my collar.
Okay. Okay, I call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Alba,
Here.
Carol,
Here.
Dennerlein,
Here.
Horton,
Here.
Jackson. Here. White,
Here.
Brown, absent.
We have a quorum. Public comments, not to exceed 15 minutes on an agenda item and not more than 3 minutes per speaker. Does anyone who talk that's not having something before the board? Okay, moving on. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of December 7th, 2023, 24 HPC-005.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none. Take a roll call, yeah?
Carol,
Yes.
Dennerlein,
Yes.
Horton,
Yes.
Jackson. Yes. White,
Yes.
Alba.
Yes. No new business. Public hearing. 24 HPC-006, discussion and possible action on a request by the owners of 503 Park Avenue to demolish an attached shed to the rear of the house. The applicant is also requesting to rebuild the front porch. Do I have a motion to go into a public hearing?
So move.
Second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded. Okay, do a roll, please,
Dennerlein,
to go into the public meeting.
Pardon?
Yes.
Yes. Public meeting. Okay.
Horton,
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Alba,
Yes.
Carol.
Yes.
Okay. We have a public hearing. Does anybody want to say anything before this board on the public hearing?
Yep, sure. State your name, address.
Do we have to swear them in?
We don't have an attorney here, but if you want to, go ahead.
Okay. You want to raise your right hand and just say,
Scout's honor.
yeah. No.
I promise to
Promise tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
so help me God, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, my name is Brian Pittman. I live 1002 Somerset Street in beautiful, beautiful Morton, almost as nice as Galena. And this is my wife, and she is Gina Dillon. And together we purchased a house on Park Avenue, and we knew it needs work, of course. But to start off with, the back is a mess. It needs to be tore off. We need to fix the front porch. And it can't do anything but make it a lot nicer. But we have lots of other things we want to do to it as long as it's within the guidelines. We certainly understand it. I've been on Board of Appeals in Morton for 5 years, and I understand how things are. And we want to make sure that we do it the right way, because it is definitely a piece of history. And we'd like to live there someday. Like I said, it's going to take some time, but we'll try to get it done. We'll try to make it look as nice as we possibly can. Do you have any questions for me?
What I would like to know is, are you planning on putting the porch back to its original?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. It's an intricate thing. I took pictures to my carpenter, and he's thinking we can get it pretty close. And he's good. So when he says he can get it close, I'm sure he can. The bottom part's easy. It's the pillars that's the problem. They don't make them like that anymore. They have to be hand spun, and it's costly, but he thinks he can get them pretty close.
Are they bad? I mean, the pillars, they didn't look bad when I looked at it.
Yeah, they need some fixing up. I think
One on the right is,
one of
Yeah, but the other ones aren't, I don't think.
the one on the right was pretty rotten.
yeah.
But I think. you're
And I was thinking, if we're gonna do one, we might.
Make them all match.
Actually,
Yeah.
all that.
Okay.
And he seems to think he can do that. So, yeah. Absolutely.
And then the shed in the back, or building in the back that you want to tear down.
Yep, sure do.
Are you planning to put anything back?
Well, that was something we would have to talk to you about.
Okay.
The first thing we wanted to do was, put in a patio, you know, and maybe put like a trellis over it or something like that. Just nice place to go when the sun's out.
The research I did today, or this week on it, I found that the house was built in approximately 1871 by Horton, and all three of them, he built all three of them identical. Of course, they've all changed over the time, but that back was on there early.
Mhm.
So I just hate to not have that there anymore.
Boy, it's really
It's pretty nice.
I looked at it, bad, really bad.
Did you ever think about building one like it back there that looked like it?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it. I don't know, I'd have to check with contractor.
We've actually thought about it.
Oh,
We've spoken about it a bit.
geez.
But I would like to replicate it the way it is. I just don't know, I can't really tell anything about it the way it is now because it's
so bad.
so bad.
It appears to me that it was built on dirt.
It was.
The timber's just sitting on dirt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great being sitting on dirt.
And there's a cistern, I believe, right in there
And
too.
chimney on it
And we
looks
are
like-
aware that the back of the house
Yeah,
is to evacuate stuff. It's
Mhm.
also
You think-
sinking. The back room, which is the kitchen is,
Drop down.
it has,
Mhm.
yeah,
I would say,
so,
and 4 to 6 inches.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's just kind of the way they did it back then. It's gonna have to be jacked up
Yeah.
and it's gonna have to be dug out. We're gonna have to put footers in and, to keep that up. It's
Mhm.
just-
well, in this photograph we have, it looks like a star gutter is dumping right off the roof. To me, is that, am I correct in that?
Yeah, it looks like it dumps right out onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That can't be helpful.
No, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely like to recase it. As I said, I don't want
From the research that the gentleman I do research with, figured out after I talked to Jonathan, there's a cistern in there. You know what you said?
I believe there is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But anyway, we think it was, there's a fire, on this one, it has, on the picture I have way back in early 1890s, shows that it had a chimney on it. And we think it might have been a place where they did their wash
Right.
and stuff.
Makes sense. I
Yeah.
like I said, we haven't been in it just because.
It's not safe.
When it was for sale before you bought it, I made it into that thing and I walked in there reluctantly, but I walked in there. And there's a big steel plate on the ground right there. And I lifted it up and
There's a sister.
just,
So there is.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh, that would have to be sealed.
just caved it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Inside that shed?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
inside.
inside it, which would have made sense if he's right, that was a wash area,
Yeah.
because they would have pumped right out of it.
Yeah, they're just gonna
And that
pump.
was originally the outside when it was built.
And the chimney would have been for heating the water.
Yeah.
That's our conclusion. Yeah.
There's no access to it.
I don't, in my opinion, it's not worth trying to save any of it. If you wanted to replicate it, trying to save it, I think is way beyond,
Oh,
to
no,
me, it's
no.
beyond that.
Yeah, I think it definitely needs to be torn down. When I said replicate, I mean just the way it looks.
Yeah.
On the outside.
Yeah.
But, and I think we would leave it as a shed, because we need something, sort of, but not
Sure.
make it part of the living part of the house, so to speak.
Just like a dry storage area.
Yes.
Yeah, because to me, it's,
No,
you'd be upside down trying to save that thing.
I agree with that.
Now, that's what,
Well, the idea that it was original to the house is kind of a rough thing to think about, but the effect that it has of losing it from the historical aspect is also, in my opinion, is in favor of allowing the demolition. Because you can't see it from the historic street.
Well, I'm not against, since I looked at it and I drove by, it looks really in bad shape. But I just like to see something put back that replicates it as close as we possibly can. Just because, you know, those three houses were really, if you looked at the picture, the old pictures, they were almost identical. You know, then over years, windows were put on the sides, the porches were done.
I know some of you weren't on the board, but this board approved the demo of a similar addition on the house to the left of this one,
Amelia's.
and it was, yeah, Amelia's, and it was not put back.
Okay. I'm just,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm just reminding, I think most of this board was not on this board when that
Big
happened.
context.
Well, I mean, and I understand it's a really early structure on it, which would be nice to see one in the back. But it originally wasn't built with it. They all three of those houses matched in the back, and none of them had the addition.
not now.
Well, yeah, they were all tore down eventually, but originally that structure was not built with that addition in mind, that somebody put it on, even though it's early. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn on that
So it's
part.
not really part of the original house, is what you're saying?
Well,
Not a part of the original, like the date that it was built. It was probably
Okay.
like, he's got
It's
pictures of it
71.
10 years later.
Mhm.
It was added to it,
It was
In
there,
85.
it was there in 1885.
Fine, yeah,
and it was
Yeah.
built in 1870, 1871.
yeah, but we don't have anything back that far. What?
The house was 70s, right?
71.
Yeah.
71.
How much can be seen from the front of that shed?
Not, you can't see that.
Any of it.
You can only see it when you go down the side street.
Yeah, the only thing you can see is.
And I'm not against it,
Abutment on
Terry.
the corner.
I really want the porch put back
Mhm.
close to
As long as you
possible.
can really see.
The front porch? Yes, me too.
Originally, that porch had a little railing across the top. Did you see that in the
I
picture?
did,
Yeah.
and it might be salvageable. I can't really tell. There's like a filigree kind of I can't really describe it, but that doesn't seem to be in bad condition, but the posts are.
Yeah, here,
And maybe it could be taken down.
He said there's a railing on top of the roof too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little railing about maybe
Yeah.
this high.
A lot of porches.
I'll show you the picture
Yeah,
after the
that would
meeting.
be great.
Okay.
It's like the one Hasselbach has down
Hmm?
on Dewey.
Dewey,
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it's strictly ornamental.
Mhm.
Might have been lightning protection, but so strictly ornamental.
anybody else have anything to say? Okay, I need a motion.
To close the public.
So close the public hearing first. I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Motion been made second to close the public hearing. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Elbow,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Netherland.
Yes.
Okay. Now I need a motion.
I'm looking for the proposed motion here. So, I mean, as you're looking at this as a whole, the front porch is part of this motion. It would be part of the motion. The shed to be, so you could do it in two parts and discuss more on the porch. I mean, it seems like they're
Well, why don't you make a motion to talk about the building in the back and then we can get to the porch?
yeah, well, I'll make a motion that we accept to have the shed demoed.
I would second.
Okay. Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call roll, please, and make mine last, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Carol,
No.
Netherland,
Yes.
Horton,
Yes.
and Elbow.
I don't have to vote. I can only vote in the tie, so. Okay. All right, now the porch.
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem from the homeowners that they have any issue at all at making every attempt to put it back as fully as and detailed as it is in the photograph. Because what's there now is not as ornate as the original. Am I wrong?
No, did you see the original, Chuck?
No, but I've done a few and I know it. I know the detail in the corners.
Just this one.
Yeah.
But they're both the same.
Same.
It's got that little,
Yeah.
little railing up there.
I've never had access to it, because that's like, looks like a rug beating rail.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it was. I think it was just more
A
decorative.
lot of your upper rails are really low, not for handrail protection, but they throw the rug over and beat them out, like the earth fall out front.
Well, she must have crawled out of the window to be.
Well, that's why I was asking if I had ever had access to it. No, I just thought that needed to be separated and discussed.
Okay.
But I mean, I certainly, the motion for me would be to have the front porch restored back to closely as original as possible. Original being the key word. And believe me, I understand and I know, I've done some work like that and we've actually made those in layers. Instead of trying to turn them out of one piece of cornice. And just use a wider piece in the middle and then layer, sandwich it with 3/4 inch. It's incredible detail. So I appreciate the fact that you're willing to do that.
Need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Take roll call, please.
Carol,
Yes.
Dennerlein,
Yes.
Horton,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes,
White,
Yes.
Elbow.
Yes.
I'll just say yes.
From everything?
Huh?
Are you abstaining from everything?
No, technically I can only vote if it's a
It's
tie.
a tie.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're keeping a secret from us.
And there's no way it's gonna be a tie tonight. So anyway, okay,
Motion to adjourn.
motion's been carried. You have permission to tear it down and we'll be done in just a minute and I'll show you the pictures.
tear
Okay?
it down and make it up.
Yeah.
Did I understand you guys came from Morton? That's where my wife's from. They lived on J Street there forever. It is a great little city.
Sure.
Huh?
That's back when there
We
was
can talk afterwards.
Nothing else. Yeah, need to adjourn.
17 now.
Motion is
Crazy.
got it.
The kids used to ride
So-
the bike through the
Okay.
tunnel. I think it's gone now. Did they, that tunnel from, they thought it was,
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah, well, he built them all at the same time.
He wasn't happy to do Mennonite as well, right? That's a big Mennonite.
Oh, God.